from your Benilde Blazers. At guard number 7, Ian Torres. At the other guard, number 39, Tony Enid. At center, number 6, Eman Ojuola. At forward, number 0, Matthew Ollie. And the other guard, number 34, Allen Liwag. And now, for the head coach, Raiko Toroman. And now, from your Phuket Waves, number 0, Asiabasket Santos. At guard, number 8, Denzel Wong. At center, number 25, Kinyo Williams. At forward, number 34, Mark Poole. At the other forward, number 5, Ray Meller. And for their head coach, Mark Jason Santiago. This is the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Dasmariñas Championship. Sulong na, sulong pa, lungsod ng Dasmariñas.
Para sa magkabilang kupunan for the Benilde Blazers, Ian Torres, Tony Enot, Eman Ojuola, Allen Liwag, and Matthew Ollie. For the Phuket Waves, Asiabasket Santos, Denzel Wong, Kinyo Williams, Ray Miller, and Mark Lexter Poole. Once again, Ken Pangilinan, Coach Mark Dandan, and Kate Reyes. Ito ang ating pangalawang laro of our Wednesday quadruple header. Tip of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Phuket Waves trying to go back-to-back. Benilde, the only undefeated team in this tournament, trying to seize momentum as they head into the playoffs. First possession goes to the guys in blue. Kinyo Williams, top of the key, gives it to Poole. Coming off that screen, Ian Torres secures the miss.
Interesting to note that Coach Raiko changed up his starting 5. Usually he starts with Ojuola and Anton Eusebio, but right now, because of that huge front line nitong Phuket Waves, forced to play Allen Liwag and Ojuola at the same time.
Tony Enot fires, gets the friendly roll on that three-pointer.
And that's an aspect ng game nitong si Tony Enot that has really developed as he has matured. The outside shooting has come for Tony Enot.
Also yung free throw attempts, no? Tumaas na rin for Tony Enot. Mark Poole drives baseline, goes to Ray Miller. Shot clock winding down and bails them out with a jumper.
Itong si Kinyo Williams at si Ray Miller play well off each other. You'd think na they might clog the lane too much kasi nga pareho silang malaki. But no, Ray Miller has shown a good outside touch to complement ito si Kinyo Williams.
Allen Liwag left it short. And these two guys that you mentioned, Coach Mark, Ray Miller and Kinyo Williams, they have been playing together for quite some time already. In fact, these two guys, they help represent itong Philippines in the Zhenggong International Cup alongside sila James Martinez, Wawi Escosio, Denzel Wong, and Rafi Reyes as Ray Miller mintes. But inside, Mark Poole trying to kick it out. Oh, Asiabasket Santos, the scoop and the hoop.
Great patience there for Mark Poole. Hindi siya nataranta when he got that offensive rebound and a great cut by Asiabasket Santos there.
A former Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines player, Ian Torres. Bigay kay Tony Enot. Goes to Ojuola. May foul na tinawag doon laban sa Phuket Waves.
It's very obvious kung gusto gawin ni Coach Raiko.
Then three-point shot. The game brought to you by CORSA Tires. Dominate the streets.
Going back to the point where they're trying to get itong si Kinyo Williams moving out of the paint, kaya medyo malayo-layo yung siniset na screens nitong si Eman Ojuola.
Eman Ojuola at the line. Missing the first. I remember Eman Ojuola playing in the Metro League for the Taguig Generals. Was bounce around. I believe also suited up for FEU, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one and done si Eman Ojuola when he played for the Tamaraws in the UAAP.
Ray Miller drives. Naagawan niya Ojuola. Ian Torres. Mamadali dito. Kick out pass. Ollie. Oh, nifty drive but unable to convert. Rebound by Ray Miller. One of the leading rebounders here in our tournament.
It's no surprise that Miller and Kenny Williams are both almost in the top 5 dito sa rebounding natin because Phuket is also our #1 rebounding team. Pagdating dito sa Asiabasket, averaging almost 60 rebounds a game. So that's a pretty huge number and something that Benilde will have to track in this game.
Ray Miller gives it to Dasma Santos. Williams posting up against Ojula. Trying to kiss it off the glass, no good. Tony Inot at the left flank, rejecting the screen. Nice drop. Allen Liwag flips it up and in.
Good soft touch there shown by Allen Liwag, former NCAA MVP. Allen Liwag. So imagine having a guy like him right now in your Team B. It's not a fun matchup for other teams, definitely.
Quino with the outside J. And it's now 6-all, 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the opening period. Allen Liwag bigay kay Tony Inot. Laban kay Pool. Ian Torres spins away from Dasma Santos. Ray Miller with the rebound. Against Allen Liwag. Bigay ulit kay Kenny Williams. Denzel Wong. Wow! Draws contact! And gets it! Plus a foul!
Kita-kita yung kumpiyansa sa mukha ni Denzel Wong. After that big game last time against Shawarma, siya carrying over dito sa Benilde against this game against the Benilde Blazers.
Denzel Wong getting the hoop and the harm. 3-point play opportunity that drive the game brought to you by Jabre Motocom. Make rides more fun. Mintis nga lang sa kanyang free throw doon. Denzel Wong, you could really see he's playing with a lot of confidence, having no fear against Ian Torres.
Sabi nga niya kanina, he's having fun with it, especially with the support of his teammates.
So nakikita mo, he's playing really hard on both ends. Ian Torres, probably more athletic, quicker, more talented, pero hindi siya umaatras.
You can say all those things, pero one thing Denzel Wong will do is probably try to outwork Ian Torres or whoever he's guarding.
Kenny Williams kicks it out to Pool. Drives left, forcing the issue. And Ojula swings it to Tony Inot. Goes up against Ray Miller and gets it para dito sa Blazers.
That's a great move by Tony Inot, throwing off yung timing ni Ray Miller by jumping way too early and gliding in for the layup.
May slight hitch. Freezing Ray Miller in his tracks as Kenny Williams draws another foul inside.
If that's on Ojula, that's going to be number 2. So medyo malaki yan para sa Benilde Blazers.
Ojula obviously giving up height, pero in terms of heft, siya yung pinaka pwede nang mag-match up with dito kay Kenny Williams. Let's check out this movie game brought to you. Actually, the assist of the game brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local. Denzel Wong, bigay kay Dasma Santos. Ray Miller steps in for that mid-range jumper.
Medyo magkahawig yung release nitong si Ray Miller sa si Kenny Williams kung titignan nyo. Very quick but very soft as well.
10-8 is our score. Ian Torres against Dasma Santos. Oli. And gets that three-pointer, and he will head for the line for one more.
Oh, Matthew Oli is really in there more for his defense, but anytime you get a bucket from him, that's always a good thing.
That three-point shot of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Michael Oli. Solid performance din in their last game against the CORSA Tires. And he gives Benilde a 2-point lead, 12-10, just past the halfway point of the opening period. Dasma Santos being hounded by Inot. Ball will stay on the side of Phuket.
That's no fun being pressured by a guy like Tony Inot. Not only very quick, pero very physical din as a defender.
Last time, the Phuket Waves played against Shawarma Shack, they were able to out-rebound their opponent. Plus 27 sila, no? 67-40. And without Ojula patrolling the paint for Benilde, that's gonna be a tall order for the Blazers.
And itong rotation, no, frontline rotation ng Benilde, it's not really the tallest frontline. You know, you do have Allen Liwag there, you have Antonio Eusebio, who's probably 6'4", and then Edson Serrano is also 6'5". That's well and good if you're playing, you know, normal college Filipino teams, pero you've got guys like King Williams at 6 foot, not even 6'11", probably 7 flat or 7'1", and Ray Miller's at least 6'6". So malaki ang task ahead dito para sa bigs ng Benilde.
Ito si Justin Sanchez, pinasok na ni Coach Raiko. Oh, the wraparound, Eusebio to Liwag.
Great unselfish play by Antonio Eusebio. Instead of just going hard and trying to challenge the shot blocker, dumping it to an open teammate.
Kino Williams against Allen Liwag. 14-10, Blazers up by 4. Check out this move of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Great recognition coming from Antonio Eusebio. Napasabay niya yung shot blocker, dumping it down to Allen Liwag for the easy 2 points.
Kino Williams at the line. This guy suited up for the University of Kentucky and was teammates with the likes of Jody Meeks and Patrick Patterson.
Jody Meeks.
Oo. Diba?
Former Laker.
Yes.
Jody Meeks.
Former gunslinger in the NBA. Ito, Ian Torres bigay kay Antonio Eusebio. Allen Liwag bigay kay Ian Torres. Kick out pass, Justin Sanchez, who's been struggling so far in this tournament, gives it up. And Denzel Wong with a big-time rebound.
Denzel Wong playing younger than his age right now.
Kino Williams pivots his way inside for the deuce. And may foul pa pala doon.
Mahirap pag nabigyan mo ng pwesto ito si Kino Williams. He's too big and too good. Nakita mo naman yung footwork niya. The guy is size, the footwork is excellent. Drop step.
That move the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Completes the three-point play. Kino Williams, early offense para dito sa Waves. Able to tie the ball game. 14-all. Eusebio, oh good. Cut inside by Torres.
Lamang nakatulog yung defense there ni Denzel Wong, allowing Ian Torres to go backdoor for that layup.
Rafi Reyes, nandito na rin for Phuket. Laban kay Ordonio. Rejects the screen. Spins, goes to Miller. Against Eusebio. Settles for the mid-range jumper. Again, Kino Williams giving them another possession. Denzel Wong off to the right. Just past the 3-minute mark of the first. Ordonio, that's a miss. He bounce it inside. Big out pass. And Liwag called for steps.
That's one way to really get stops. You see the replay here.
That assist to game brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local.
Again, the backdoor cut by Ian Torres, freeing himself up, and a great look to him.
James Martinez in the ball game for Coach Mark Jason Santiago. Here he is. Drives, kicks it out to his former teammate at UE, Rafi Reyes. Basket and one.
Benilde Blades really giving up some silly fouls here. A lot of touch fouls. Mga hindi na nila kailangan gawin. Natatawagan sila. A couple of those have resulted in three-point play opportunities for the Waves.
Jomel Ancheta. Inserted now by Coach Raiko. So Rafi Reyes, part of that UE team that went 14-0 back in 2008. But unfortunately, got swept by LaSalle in the finals. But still, no, grabe yung pinakita nila doon. The likes of yan, James Martinez, Marcy Arellano, Kelvin Gregorio.
Bonbon Custodio.
Aha.
So one thing na hindi ko makakalimutan sa team na yun was Bonbon Custodio getting a layup under the armpits of Japet Aguilar.
Ito, Kenya Williams. Again, using his size. Allen Liwag trying his best to contain him, but ang hirap niyan if you're Allen.
No, I'm sure Allen Liwag is not used to defending guys way taller than him. Because he's usually the biggest human being on the floor. Pero itong si Kenya Williams is just a different beast.
Kenya Williams probably standing 7 feet from England. Apart from suiting up for University of Kentucky, he has bounced around in Duquesne, the Citadel. And then after ng collegiate career niya, pumunta siya sa Czech Republic, Venezuela. Ancheta against Martinez. Blazers trading now by 2. So this is an 8-2 run now by the Phuket Waves. Shot clock winding down. Ancheta, kick out pass. Eusebio, malakas. Ordonio hands it off. Ancheta with a left-handed finish.
Again, that's a good personal movement from the Benilde Blazers. You know, despite offensive rebound, hindi sila tumatayo lamang. They'll cut towards the basket.
James against Jomel. Nangalabaw na naman sa ilalim. Itong si Kenya Williams.
Serrano defended it as well as he could, pero talagang too big and too good for Kenya Williams.
Ancheta gets past James. Wow!
Definitely Benilde with a quicker backcourt right now compared to this veteran backcourt ng Phuket Waves.
Wawi Escocio, former rookie MVP of the Sesafi. Bigay kay James, and Martinez called for an offensive foul. Trying to fight for position. Jomel Ancheta just blazing through, and that drive the game brought to you by Jabre Motocom. Make rides more fun. Tied ball game, 20 apiece, 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Coach Raiko talking, actually, kala ko pagagalitan niya si Jomel but
Tinamaan sa mukha eh.
quick stint as Gab Cometa, the former San Beda Red Lion. Ordonio gives it up to Gab. Serrano offering a pick. Sanchez against Casajeros. Will head to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's really the one advantage that the Benilde Blazers have over these veterans of the Phuket Waves. They have that quicker backcourt who can attack downhill. The Waves are very reliant on Kenya Williams to protect the paint.
And Justin Sanchez was part of the all-tournament first team back in Las Piñas. But as you can see right now, he's really struggling so far para dito sa Benilde this time around.
Well, with the CORSA tires, the team he was playing with before, sila ni Tony Inot yung number 1 and number 2 options para sa team nila. And we see his statistics here. He's been struggling only 4 points per game. Sorry. Yes, 6 points per game and 4.7 rebounds per game. A far cry from 19 points per game in the last tournament.
And here goes directly through the rim after missing those 2 free throws. Balik siya dito. Mabawin man lang with 2.5 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Going back to my point kanina about Justin Sanchez, he was the number 1 option for the CORSA tires. So right now, he's still trying to fit into the system of Coach Raiko Toroman, and you know, still trying to find out how he will contribute and from what position and what is being asked out of him by the coaching staff.
And we were amazed when he was playing for the CORSA Tires because he's 6'5", very long, pero guards yung skills niya eh.
Guard skills, tama. He attacks from the outside, tapos napakaganda ng Pinoy step niya.
0.6 remaining. Masakit to for Phuket. A chance for Benilde. Come up with a bucket here. Ball on their side. And Coach Raiko Toroman will burn his timeout. Blazers up by 2, 22-20. And Coach Raiko Toroman, obviously, a decorated resume. And ako, personally, I was really impressed at how he told that Gila squad composed mostly of UAP, NCAA players, Chris Chu, JV Casio, alongside, of course, Marcos Doughtit. Pero ibang klase yung pinagdaanan nilang journey doon, Coach.
It was a team na really molded by Coach Raiko's hands. And tandaan nyo, hindi lang kung maalala nyo before, that team joined a lot of pocket tournaments in Europe. They practiced in Europe for a few months. They were in Lithuania for the longest time. So that team was really tested by fire in Europe. So when they came back here and being supported by Kuya Marcos Douthit, so that was a really beautiful brand of basketball developed by Coach Raiko Toroman.
Got the upset win against Jordan in the group stages. Andun pa sila Abbas, Rashim Wright. Kaya lang natalo sila in the semifinals. And then in that bronze medal match, lost to South Korea as time expires here in the opening quarter. Back and forth we go, but Benilde Blazers coming up on top here at the end of one. They lead by 2, 22-20. And Coach Raiko Toroman and the rest of his troops trying to remain unscathed in this tournament. Let's check out the highlights here. Allen Liwag, surprise starter for Coach Raiko, scoring on those 2 buckets. Phuket, maganda yung bawi dito. Kinyo Williams was just a handful inside the paint for the Benilde Blazers.
A handful indeed. 2 centers for the Benilde Blazers in foul trouble because of Kinyo Williams.
Second quarter in just a bit when you return.
Welcome back to the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas. I'm Kate Reyes reporting from the sidelines. Making up for the lack of height is Jomel Ancheta's gigantic passion for playing at 5'8". Ancheta once proved he can dance with the big guys, having scored 21.6 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists versus CORSA Tires. Ani niya, hindi problema ang double the effort for his lack of height as he awaits to level up his CSB Blazers journey. Bukod sa repen the fam, legacy ng seniors nila ang pinaghuhugutan niya ng lakas. Ken and Coach Mark.
Thank you so much, Kate Reyes. And Benilde Blazers up by 4, 24-20. And ang ganda ng kato ni Justin Sanchez. That assist of the game brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local.
And if this is the game that Justin Sanchez finally breaks out, what a time to do it. Papunta sa quarterfinals where Benilde will need contributions from up and down the lineup.
Kinyo Williams, maagang nagtrabaho dito para sa Phuket Waves. So far, 9 points.
And that front line of Benilde slowly but surely picking up a lot of fouls.
Ray Miller corkscrews his way inside. May offensive foul na tinawag on Ray Miller. Apparently, sticking out his elbow on that drive to the basket.
Iniinda ni Edson Serrano yung elbow na yun. Inadvertent. We'll see here the replay. Serrano just going straight up and you see the left arm ni Miller just extending a bit to the face of Edson Serrano.
4-point lead, Gab Gometa, who played for San Beda back in Malaysia under Coach Yuri Escueta. Now suiting up for the green and white. Foul call against the Phuket Waves.
Oh, this is a pretty big front line for the Waves. You have Wawi Escocio at the 4, Ray Miller at the 3, and then of course Kinyo Williams holding down the 4.
Tapos veteran yung backcourt mo, no? 2 former UE Red Warriors, Rafi Reyes, James Martinez. Traveling call against the Blazers.
When you see the aggressiveness nito si Justin Sanchez, really trying to find this game para dito sa Benilde Blazers. And Coach Raiko is giving him a lot of slack. Look out!
Oh, Antonio Sebio with a jam!
Antonio Sebio early bring the hurt business to the rim. Mr. Eusebio waking up the crowd here in Dasmariñas.
A minute gone by, and the Benilde Blazers with a 4-0 start. Ray Miller and Justin Sanchez jockeying for position. Second foul against Justin Sanchez. That dunk of the game brought to you by Ban Mi Kitchen.
Again, the foul trouble continues for the Benilde Blazers. Justin Sanchez with 2 fouls now.
Pero patuloy rin yung dunk festival nito ni Antonio Eusebio. Gayosa, series of fakes. Shot clock winding down. Reyes draws contact. Will head to the line for 2 shots.
Again, those fouls being given up by the Blazers. Reaching in, reaching around. The referees have been very strict.
Rafi Reyes now at the line. The son of former PBA player Elmer Reyes. Also participated in the first edition of the Malaysian tournament. And part din to ng inaugural season ng Philbasket in Subic. Played for the Muntinlupa Defenders. Unfortunately, they did not win a single game there, but was pretty much impressive considering na pandemic nangyari yung tournament na yun.
Every time nakikita ko rito si Rafi Reyes, laging kondisyon.
Oo.
Itsura, you know, you never see him out of shape. So he's always ready to play.
Hilig mag-bike yan eh.
Yun,
Di ba? Lalayo ng mga pinupuntahan nito ni Rafi.
mga ahon.
Oo. Being of ahon, Benilde up by 4, 26-22. But shot clock up their friend right now, Gab Comenta. Tries to bait them out. Rafi Reyes securing that rebound. Rafi Reyes was one of those guys that came off the bench and provided instant offense para sa kanyang kupunan.
And don't look now, the Blazers already in the penalty with 8 minutes. Dito sa second quarter natin. So really, these fouls have kind of derailed yung momentum nitong Blazers dito sa game natin.
Not even 2 minutes gone by. And Coach Raiko Torman is hot on the sidelines.
Maagang nagkape si Coach Raiko.
James Martinez against Ordonio. Kino Williams draws closer. And again, putting in that shot. Oli susubok. Lintes gets his own miss. Kicks it out. Ordonio, his own version of a three-pointer, no good. Gayosa with another board para dito sa Phuket Waves.
Ordonio struggled mightily from the outside dito sa tournament natin. The shot looks good, pero parang wala pa sa rhythm itong si Kobe Ordonio.
James against Ordonio. Floats one up. Serrano with a rebound para dito sa Benilde. Ordonio whips it. Eusebio steps in and knocking down that three.
That's such a weapon for Antonio Eusebio. Hindi lang siya athletic rim runner who can finish above the rim, but he can also shoot the basketball from the outside.
And we've been talking about this, Coach Mark, as we were going here to our venue. Si Antonio Eusebio, very deceiving. You would think he's just that athletic guy as Ordonio. Back-to-back threes for the Blazers. 8-point lead, 32-24. Let's check out this 3-point shot of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Time out muna kami. Magpapalik kami. take a look at our fans of the game, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Nico Rocha, Mix Bustos working the last 2 games later. And of course, our very own Mr. Bob Guerrero. Ano ito? Mga fans ata ni Ethan Chung to eh. Meanwhile, Rafi Reyes sneaks in and gets the hoop plus a foul.
Batang sportscaster pala ako, idol ko na si Nico Rocha eh.
Oh, di ba?
Oo. Nung lumalaki ako, pinapanood ko sa TV. Siyempre, huwag natin kalimutan si Idol Mix Bustos as well. Mga pinapanood ko growing up.
Mga dalawang, kumbaga sa face value eh, nasa ano eh, top notch.
Oo. Parang Dwight Ramos ng ating
Dwight Ramos
sportscasting
ng
world.
panel natin.
Oo.
Meanwhile, ito, balik muna tayo sa action. Blazers up by 6, 32-26. And Coach Mark, ito we see Miggy Corteza watching intently from the sidelines.
The Team A had a big win yesterday against the JRU Heavy Bombers to lock up the 3rd seed.
Actually, dikdikan din sila sa NCAA, no? As Ray Miller, he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Again, another foul for another big nitong Benilde Blazers. Eusebio with a foul there, biting on a great fake by Ray Miller.
Bilangin mo ito, Coach, ha? Ito si Ray Miller, after his collegiate career, has bounced around in these countries. In Germany, Nicaragua, Belize, China, Thailand, Ecuador, Libya, Tunisia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Brunei, Singapore, Mexico, Vietnam, Iraq, Azerbaijan, and Saudi Arabia.
Nasabi mo ba China?
Oh, sabi ko.
17.
O, di ba? 17.
Grabe, punong-puno na yung passport.
And alam mo, kulang na lang sa kanyang resume. He hasn't gone to Australia yet to play professionally there. But he's really proud that he has traveled all around the world. If you see his Instagram, lahat po ng flags doon ay naka-display for Ray Miller as he tries to get the rebound against Ojuola. And bola babalik sa side ng Phuket Waves.
Oh, you love to see the effort nitong si Emon Ojula battling against Ray Miller and Kenyo Williams. Despite the size advantage nito si Kenyo Williams, Ojula is right there battling for every rebound.
Ray Miller tumanggap dito against Justin Sanchez. It's a good matchup for Justin, no? Heading into the NCAA season 100, going up against bigger, much tougher foes like Ray Miller. Ojuola, the rim run for the Blazers here.
You see the Blazers really trying to push the tempo. Every time the Waves make a basket, mabilis yung inbound nila, trying to score early.
Sabi mo rin, Coach Mark, no? This team could have been 3-0. Very deceiving yung record nila. And you're seeing now how they're faring against this really talented Benilde Blazer squad. They're just down by 5 here, just past the halfway point of the 2nd quarter. Ancheta unable to control that pass.
Tama ka doon, Ken. Deceiving is the right word. The record does not reflect the style of play nitong Phuket Waves.
And the assist of the goal game brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local. CJ Alatica checking in. Batang Maynila ito si CJ. It's part of the Team B of the LPU Pirates. Here he is receiving the pass. But natawagan siya dito ng dribbling violation.
Medyo may gigil. Bagong pasok.
Oo.
Gusto magpakita agad.
Harang din to sa mga ligang labas eh. Particularly sa Tondo.
That's a tough crowd.
Di ba? Kung may mga court doon na hindi mo na nakikita yung sideline sa dami ng tao.
Oo,
Yung mga nilalaroan niya.
Wala nang 3-point line sa gilid.
Oo.
Di ba?
Yung sumikat yung mga Richard Albo,
Yan.
J. Mark Malyari, and Alfred Gayosa intercepting that pass. And lays it up and in.
Diyan kilala si Alfred Gayoso. Primarily a good defender. But he's showing you, ngayong tumanda na ng konti dito sa Alfred Gayoso. From his days with the Stags, he's more of a complete player now. Hindi lang defensive specialist.
And after his stint with San Sebastian, eventually found his way to Arellano. Jomel Ancheta, shot clock winding down. Inot, mauubusan na sila ng 24 dito. That shot will not count.
And we see a first or a debut. We'll get back to that.
Ito, defensive player of the game brought to you by Decathlon.
Bagong pasok, ito si Roger Ondoa, formerly of the ICC Blue Hawks, and also a Asiabasket veteran.
Yes.
Alongside Ian Torres, who played for Sanzar Pharmaceuticals in the Las Piñas Championships.
And they led that team alongside their two imports to a semi-final finish. Just losing to Ateneo. Salatica fighting for the loose ball. Bola babalik sa panig ng mga nakaputi. 3 and 36 seconds left. Blazers enjoying a 3-point lead. Ancheta trying to duplicate his performance. Tony Inot off the mark. Justin Santos fakes. Still struggling from the field.
Yung presence lang talaga ng Kenyo Williams. Nandun lang siya, hindi man lang siya nagtaas ng kamay. Just already changed yung arc nung tira ni Justin Sanchez.
Alan Liwag about to check in. Averaging 8 points per ball game.
Quick stint for Roger Ondoa on the floor.
16 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot clock reads 16. Kenyo Williams gives it up to Alatica. Mintes sa kanyang treston. Tony Inot off to the races. One guy to beat. Gets the hoop and the harm.
Tony, why not Inot? Turning on the Jets and finishing through the contact.
Tony Inot, one of the leading scorers. Actually, the leading scorer para dito sa Blazers. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4.3 assists. And that move the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Tony Inot, also impressive in Las Piñas. 14.3 points, 8.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists.
Quick stint lang din to sa Alatica. Just a couple minutes on the floor. A turnover and a foul, so not really quality minutes.
Under 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Tony Inot, nakaagaw dito, goes up and gets that one to go.
Would you categorize that as a dunk, Ken?
Hindi niya nawakan yung ring eh. Nawakan ba niya?
Nawakan niya na konti.
Well, we'll take it. 2 points pa rin naman eh. Ito, Casajeros. Unable to convert inside. Stymied by the defense of the Waves. Sanchez steps in, open three-pointer. Gayosa with a rebound. Attacking Justin Sanchez, Kenyo Williams. Ito, Tony Inot. Again, will challenge Ray Miller. Second time around. Just having Ray Miller's number so far. Tony Inot, that daredevil drive. 6'2" against 6'6", no problem. That defensive play of the game brought to you by Decathlon. Off the steal, quick bucket by Inot, and now lamang ngayon ng Blazers, 41-31. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the first half. Benilde Blazers able to put in a string of points and they now lead by double figures, 41-31.
So impressive by that finish. Finish Tony Inot na kontrapelo against Ray Miller.
Lakas de Santos against Ancheta. Gives it up to Kinyo Williams against Ojuola. Lakas de Santos. Cross-court pass. Denzel Wong. Shot clock. And ito, Kinyo Williams. Another mid-range J.
So tough to defend Kinyo Williams kasi he can hurt you in multiple ways. Down on the post, and outside on the perimeter.
No wasted movements, no, for Kinyo Williams. Just staying true to himself. Not doing anything that could jeopardize itong opensa nitong Phuket Waves.
Sabi mo, very efficient yung kilos itong si Kinyo Williams.
That assist of the game brought to you by Fiber Blaze. Nothing beats local. Casajeros being hounded by Inot. Bouncing it off to Williams. Give and go. Casajeros asking for a foul. Lot of contact. Kinyo Williams not happy with that last play. Asking for a foul. Oh, the Pinoy step. Kaya lang, napalakas doon from Tony Inot.
May konting gigil kasi nakita niya si Kinyo Williams. Sabi niya, ikaw naman nung susubukan ko. Masyado lang malakas.
8-point lead, under a minute remaining. Phuket Waves trying to cut this lead down. Kinyo Williams, right block against Ojuola, who has 2 fouls. Casajeros, pag-kiskisan kay Allen Liwag.
Hindi na nakakagulat na nabanggit mo yung pangalan ni Lordy Casajeros sa kiskisan. So that's something Casajeros is really known for. Tough-minded defensive player kasi ito si Lordy Casajeros.
Having some choice words with Allen Liwag right now.
Every game may choice words yan sa mga kalaban niya. Every game.
Lordy Casajeros, former UE Red Warrior, drawing comparisons to Ronald Tubid, and rightfully so, coach.
Rightfully so. Pati yung facial hair, pareho. Pati yung buhok, andun din.
And make no mistake about it, Lordy Casajeros, as he knocks down the first, much like Ronald Tubid, medyo kompleto rin yung laro. He has that outside jumper during his heyday, tough-nosed defender, and can really get under your skin.
Yun talaga yun. #1 skill yun eh.
Ito, lane violation tinawag laban dito sa Benilde. So substitute free throw para dito kay Lordy. Played for the AFP FST Cavaliers, Makati Cavaliers that is, in the 2022 Asiabasket Summer Championship. Ray Miller missing a gimme inside. Tony Inot steps in, left it short, gets his own miss. Shot clock down to 9 seconds against Lakas de Santos. Ancheta, denied there by Ray Miller. And they will run out of clock here. 11.6 seconds remaining para dito sa Phuket Waves.
A very uncharacteristically bad possession offensively for the Benilde Blazers. Disjointed yung offense nila doon. Didn't know whether or not to use a ball screen. Mama sa paa and forced a tough shot from Tony Inot.
James Martinez checking in for the final possession para dito sa mga naka-asul. Get the ball back from Denzel Wong against Inot. Trying to poke that ball loose. Exactly 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Oh, watch out for the shooters here. You have Denzel Wong and James Martinez coming off screens.
Kinyo against Serrano. Wong with 2 seconds. And that's gonna be an offensive foul. Laban dito kay Denzel Wong.
James Martinez was wide open on the left wing. Hindi na nakita ni Denzel Wong.
1.8 seconds left. Timeout on the floor by the Benilde Blazers. as Ray Miller returned to sender. That defensive play of the game brought to you by the Decathlon. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back after this. .8 seconds remaining. Enough time for a long pass. And a shot attempt para dito sa Benilde. How will they execute here? Ancheta to trigger. Abuelo si Eusebio. Good look! Will it count? Official call says basket counts. I-reviewin ng ating referees yan. And big bucket to end the half para dito kay Eusebio. And the referees confirm it. That three-point shot of the game is brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Wow, what an execution para dito sa Benilde to close out the first half, Coach Mark.
In a mental lapse from the Phuket Waves, medyo naglakad sila pababa. And not matched up, leaving Eusebio wide open for the shot.
Halftime, Blazers up 44-34. Let's check out itong mga kaganapan, no? Anton Eusebio again exploding in the second quarter. And this was where the Benilde Blazers, after back and forth sila nitong Phuket Waves, Coach Mark, dito na nila nahanap yung rhythm nila here in this particular quarter.
They're buoyed by their outside shooting. Of course, Eusebio drained 2 threes, including that buzzer beater deep sa end ng second quarter natin. And Tony Inot, his ability to get out on the fast break and finish was a big key dito sa second quarter run nila.
And that's why Phuket Waves trailing by 10 now, 44-34. Halftime between the Blazers and the Waves. CSB up by 10 points, 44 to 34 at the half. And Denzel Wong and the rest of the Phuket Waves actually started out really strong here, Coach Mark. And yung at least in the first few sequences, we've had 7 lead changes and 7 times tayong tabla dito. But Benilde establishing their biggest lead of the match at the half, 44 to 34.
It's been Benilde's ability to stay disciplined despite yung foul trouble ng frontline nila. You know, they stuck with their system, yung mga tinatakbo ni Coach Raiko Torman on offense. At the same time, they're very patient defensively with Kenyo Williams. He does have 13 points, pero talagang trinabaho ng mabuti ni Kenny Williamson despite all the double and triple teaming being done to him by the Benilde Blazers.
And ito, tignan natin yung mga numbers from that first 2 quarters.
Maybe the most surprising dito na hindi natin nakita, it's the rebounding. We're actually tied at 21 despite yun nga, the foul trouble nitong Benilde Blazers front line compared to Kenny Williams and Ray Miller. And the points from turnovers, very telling. 14-6 for the Benilde Blazers. Bench points led by Antonio Eusebio has 8 points off the bench, 19-12. And the fast break points, the number 1 advantage that the Blazers have is their ability to really increase the tempo and blow by the much slower. They might be bigger, but they're much slower Phuket Waves.
And we see the leaders here. Kenny Williams with 13 points. Eman Ojuola, crucial yan, no? Those 6 rebounds, especially how you've mentioned how etong Waves have been the number 1 rebounding team. 6 assists, James Martinez, and then 1 block from Justin Sanchez. James Martinez actually broke the record for the most number of assists here in the Asiabasket. And right now he has 6. I wouldn't be surprised if he finished in double figures. Third quarter, about to begin. Rafi Reyes, James Martinez in the backcourt for the Waves. Sasamahan sila dyan ni Mark Poole and the 2 imports, Ray Miller and Kenny Williams. On the other side of the floor, Antonio Eusebio starts out for Benilde. Kasama niya si Michael Oli. We also got Eman Ojuola, Ian Torres, and Antonio. Ojuolo go good fake and goes up strong for the finish.
That's a great pass by Oli down to Ojuola. No, galing ng rim run ni Ojuola doon, outsprinting Kenny Williams, but Oli with a great look to him.
Matthew Oli. Good setup jump. Kenny Williams, high-low play. Ray Miller before that shot. Tatawagan ng foul dito ang Benilde.
And for Eusebio, that's going to be foul number 2. It's tough because he has to defend that high-low. No, pagdating sa high-low, sasabihin mo dun sa tao na pass to pressure. But it's Kenny Williams issuing that entry pass. Ang hirap i-pressure ng 7-footer na may bola.
Rafi Reyes, razzle-dazzle, and popping in that J.
Oh, that's vintage Rafi Reyes there. A mid-range floater. That's been his game since he was in college.
Ian Torres against James Martinez. Ojuola, kick out pass. Oli, laban kay Miller. Natapik ni Rafi Reyes. Mark Poole in transition. Will head to the line for 2 shots.
A rare fast break opportunity for the Phuket Waves. Yung Mark Poole is very athletic, very strong, using that disadvantage against the slow transition defense of the Blazers.
Mark Poole at the line, hailing from Malate, Manila. Played for Manuel L. Quezon University in the Naasco Juniors. And also suited up for Sarangani in the MPBL under Coach John Calios.
So very raw athlete itong si Mark Poole. You know, you see the tools when he's on the floor. Meron siya ng athleticism. It's good height for a perimeter player. It's just a matter of him, you know, putting it together para mabuo yung laro niya.
Split at the line. So a 9-point lead for the Blazers. Ojuola in the post. And Antonio Eusebio smothered there by Ray Miller.
Eusebio wanted to dunk it before he got the ball. Kaya wala sa focus pag salon ng bola.
Martinez quarterbacking here for Phuket. Kenny Williams gives it back. James Martinez draws closer and drains that mid-range jumper.
Itong pace natin dito sa third quarter is favoring the Waves more kasi more in control. You know, the vets can play at their own pace, which is better for them.
But Ordonio answering back with a triple.
It's a good shooting start for Kobe Ordonio, hitting 2 of 3 from the outside. So that's what you want to see from their shooting guard.
Kenny Williams, long 2.
Wala ka-effort yung jump shot ni Kenny Williams. Halos hindi tumatalon.
Ang tingkayad lang. The big man showing the full arsenal for Phuket. Ian Torres trying to bounce it off to Ojuola. Shot clock down at 7 seconds. Naagaw na dito. James Martinez goes to Kenny Williams. Ray Miller with an offensive rebound. Kick out pass. James fakes the pass. Drives middle. Draws the defenders and kicks it out to Poole. And ball over the backboard.
No, this zone by the Phuket Waves has really thrown the Blazers out of their offensive rhythm.
3-point shot of the game brought to you by CORSA. Motorcycle tires dominate the streets.
You see the Blazers try to get the ball down to Ojula to trigger their movement to the weak side.
Approaching the 7-minute mark of the third. The cut, backdoor, Sanchez left it short.
Magmamadali ka talaga pag nakikita mo si Kenny Williams dun sa pin. Mag-iiba talaga ang tira mo.
Reyes against Ian Torres. Swings it back to Kenny Williams. Octonio grabs the miss. Justin Sanchez. Drop pass. Ojuola with a bucket. Naalala ko kay Eman Ojuola, si Trevor Booker. Diba?
Kulang na lang itira niya nung palikot.
James Martinez pops out. That shot rattles out. Poole. 10 seconds to work with. Laban dito kay Oli. Balik kay James Martinez against Ian Torres. And sneaks one in. Almost. But 2 free throws for the former UE Red Warrior.
Kita mo naman si James. He's not the quickest guard out there. Pero yung veteran smarts niya. Getting his defender off balance and drawing the foul.
Good at that defensive play of the game. It's brought to you by Decathlon. James, first free throw. No problem. James Martinez, like I mentioned, top of the coverage. One of those guys na naging bahagi nung that 14-0 season ng UE. Meanwhile, we have a report coming from Kate Reyes.
Despite the very encouraging showing of the CLB Blazers, they admitted this Team B has a lot of work to do. And what better way to fill in those spaces with Raiko Toroman's expertise. Sabi ng players, tuwing magtuturo si Coach Raiko ay magmimistulan silang sponge. Ready to take it all in. Looks like the future is blazing. Ken and Coach Mark.
Thank you so much, Kate Reyes. And Coach, I put you in the hot seat for a bit as Mark Poole gets the bucket plus a foul. Kate mentioned about the development itong Team B, no? Some saying, arguably, baka mas malakas itong Team B sa naglalaro na Team A ngayon, led by Will Gozo, Mix Oxon. What do you think about that?
It's easy to say. Makikita mo yung the amount of talent that they have. And as Stancy would say, the ridiculous amount of talent that they have dito sa Team B nila. But it's one thing to say na mas malakas. It's another when they start playing together. Na pagdating sa NCAA, naman natin, nag-iiba yung laro pag nakakarig ng tambol dun sa Philoel Ecoel Arena. So it's up to the coaching staff led by Coach Raiko Toroman to make sure that these kids are well equipped to deal with the pressures of playing in the NCAA.
And just having that buzz is just enough to get fans the attention, no, for this team, as ito Ortonio with another triple, giving the Blazers rather an 11-point lead, 56-45.
And people at home have to remember, ang may NCAA experience na sa grupo na to will be Tony Inot and Justin Sanchez.
Yeah.
And they only played 1 year for San Beda. And as well, Gab Cometa. So those majority of these kids, this is going to be their first time playing in the NCAA.
Laking bagay yun, no? That game experience in the NCAA. As Oli, that shot clanking off the rim. Ojuola, pretty efficient inside.
Ojula's really been holding his own against the much bigger Kenny Williams. And you have to respect the ability to really play with position. Hindi niya dinadaan sa taas ng talon, pero sa posisyonan.
Kenny Williams hands it off to Mark Poole. Gets bumped. You know, talking about Eman Ojola, he's giving up what? He's probably half a foot shorter compared to Kenyo Williams. Pero apart from Kenyo Williams using his height for those outside shots or sealing inside the paint, hindi niya mausog-usog ito si Ojola so far.
Hindi niya talaga maurong. He's been trying. But Ojola, really a stone wall. Kumbaga, kung naalala ng mga viewers natin sa PBA dati, si Chris Jackson.
Oh, di ba?
Diba? Hindi kalakihan, pero lagi siyang tinatapat pag ano, doon sa unlimited height na import. Sa import siya pinapabantay. Hindi maurong.
Chris Jackson, parang 6'3 lang yun, di
Oo,
ba?
6'3", 6'4". Tapos talagang depensa ang trabaho niya. Parang Udonis Haslim, kumbaga.
Yeah. Missed free throw there by Phuket. This remains a double-digit ball game. Ojola once again!
No, he just knows how to play well and play within his strengths. So, Ojola understanding na andun yung shot blocker, so nilipat niya sa kabilang side.
Ojola in double figures with 11. Jace Martinez, 33. Jace Martinez. While Antonio sizzling from the outside.
Oh, that's Ordonio's third three-point shot dito sa third quarter natin. This is a breakout game for Kobe Ordonio.
Kobe Antonio, the son of former PBA player John Antonio. Kenyo Williams, effortless on that jumper.
Oh, hindi talaga makaalagwa dito yung Benilde Blazers because they're all just exchanging made baskets so far.
Ray Miller getting a piece of that one. 63-53, Benilde Blazers up by 10. Pero hindi rin nila malaywan itong Phuket Wave so far. This move of the game is brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Just when you think the Blazers are going on a run, the Waves have answered so far. Pero yun nga, sagutan lang. Hindi nababawasan yung lamang, hindi lumalaki.
Antonio gets poked from behind by James. James Martinez so far 7 points, 7 assists.
And you have to love the paano nag-transform itong laro ni James Martinez. Dati he was more known for his scoring. Now he's a really very good playmaker.
18 assists in their opening game. Grabe, ibang klase.
And before that, when one of the alumni leagues, I think he set the record with almost 71 points or 75 points ba
Wow.
yung ginawa ni James?
Sorry, check that. 16 assists. Pero nonetheless, impressive feat. And then against Shawarma Shack had 11 assists to go along with his 11 points. Has been in double figures so far in scoring as well in all of these games. But Benilde having their way so far, up by 10. Ojola, the catch, goes up strong!
He's so good playing with, despite the height advantage nitong si Kenyo Williams. Yung ability niya to take a bump and finish is so good.
Simpleng-simple lang eh.
Walang kaarte-arte.
But gets the job done. Wow, Escocio pops out. And Ojola with the rebound. Ancheta against Martinez. Pulls up. Left it short. Kenyo Williams with the rebound here. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Benilde still up by a dozen, but Phuket Waves staying within striking distance here. Martinez kontra ay Ancheta. Using that Escocio pick. Attacks. Flips one up. No good. Ojola secures another rebound. And passing it to our referee.
Akala niya tatakbo sa kanto si Kobe Ordonio. So, I think 2 of Kobe Ordonio's threes all came from the left corner here. So, dun pinaas ni Eman Ojola thinking na dun tumakbo si Kobe Ordonio.
Denzel Wong back in the game. Coach Raiko Tocoman and JC Cuellar.
Coach JC Cuellar.
Oo. Martinez against Ancheta. Wowie. And off the ball, Ancheta pushing Martinez onto the floor.
That's one way to outsmart your defender. James Martinez, very heady. Understanding na nasa penalty na itong Benilde Blazers and drawing that foul from the young gun, Jomel Ancheta.
Using his wealth of experience there, James Martinez. And they won the championship in the Thailand Basketball League. James Martinez, yung heritage import dun, no? Alongside Wawi Escocio, Ray Miller. Rare miss at the line for James.
And itong core ng Phuket Waves not only won that TBL championship, pero like you said kanina, alluded to the tournament in China.
Yes.
And they won, I think, second place dun sa tournament na yun. With the same core of guys that are playing here right now.
That was the Zheng Chenggong International Cup in China. Justin Sanchez back to Ancheta. Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Justin takes that three-pointer, rattles out. Still struggling itong si Justin Sanchez.
The shots have been there for Justin Sanchez. Yung mga talagang tinitira niya within the offense. Even when we saw him when he was playing for CORSA, talagang hindi lang pumapasok ngayon. He's still trying to find himself within the system of Coach Raiko.
40 seconds. Martinez and Ancheta have been going at it in the last few sequences. Ray Miller gives it back. James fires. Cayosa skying high and free throws ulit para dito sa Phuket Waves.
It's a poor foul by Alan Liwag there. Hindi niya na kailangan habulin kasi Gayosa went up very high and got that rebound. And that is number 4 for Alan Liwag.
Alfred Cayosa was part of the Bicol Volcanoes late in the season in the MPBL and actually made a good account of himself during that time. Also played for FEU in high school under Coach Horacio Lim with none other than Mr. Javi Palanya.
Isa pang sa mga idol natin.
Oo, di ba?
Lumalaki pa lang ako. Pinaparin ko na yun si Javi Palanya.
Nakatuto kaya si Mr. Javi Palanya ngayon. Shout out to him for opening up his restaurant in Tomas Morato Timog sa 225 Bistro.
Baka naman, Javi.
Diba? Baka naman.
Baka naman.
Sanchez though, foul on the floor against the Waves. 65-56. If you're the Waves, you wanna end this quarter down by just single digits. Kanina, no? It was Eusebio who knocked down a three-pointer. Imbis na 7, naging 10. When Benilde duplicate that here in the third, foul call against Denzel Wong. Only their third team foul.
So one more foul to give for them. Medyo maayos yung paggamit nila ng fouls to give nila dito. But they can't foul a jump shooter towards the end of the quarter.
Ancheta got blitzed. Eusebio ulit. But firing a pass and still enough time. James goes all the way. That will count. And at the end of 3 quarters, Phuket Waves, after being down by double digits, they have managed to come back. And now are down by just 7 points. 65-58. Let's check out this last play. James Martinez just beating the buzzer. And much needed bucket for the Phuket Waves. James Martinez in double figures as the Phuket Waves trailing by 7 points, 65-58. Check out our fans of the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Good sized crowd inside the city of Dasmariñas Arena, home of the 2023 Asiabasket Dasmariñas Championship.
Beautiful arena. Napakaganda.
Oo,
Napakalamig na aircon.
di ba? Fourth quarter, and Benilde starting out with a double point guard backcourt. Jomel Ancheta, Gab Cometa, sasamahan sila dito ni Edson Serrano, Antonio Sebio, and Tony Inot, na matagal natin hindi nakita in the third.
Matagal nagpahinga to Tony Inot. And speaking of pahinga, one of the rare times that Moraquinho Williams is not on the floor for the Phuket Waves.
Alfred Gayosa, James Martinez, Wawi Escocio, Denzel Wong, and Ray Miller for the guys in blue. Miller playing the center position now. Before that shot, may tinawag na 3-second violation.
Ray Miller really has to pick up his production dito. In the few games that he has played well, especially last game, that resulted in the victory. But right now, only has 5 points and 6 rebounds to his name.
Mayroon siyang tendency to be passive no?
Nahayaan niya yung mga teammate niya kasi.
In that game where he had 7 points, from what I can remember, he only had 7 field goal attempts.
I think that was the Dasmariñas game.
Oo, di ba?
Natalo sila.
And we all know the capability na si Ray Miller.
Lalo na ngayon na wala sa loob si Kenyo Williams. So, Ray Miller has to establish himself as the #1 option on offense para dito sa Phuket Waves. I mean, the style of play doesn't have to change because he's still an inside threat.
A minute gone by. Phuket Waves down by 7. Gayosa. Bumped by Inot.
This is going to be a fun matchup, actually. Alfred Gayosa versus Tony Inot. Two guys that go very hard on both ends of the floor.
Tony Inot so far has only played 12 minutes. Martinez, 8 seconds. Ray Miller against Edson Serrano. Fades away. Off the mark. Battle for the loose ball. It will stay on the side of the Phuket Waves.
You could argue na tinitipid din ni Coach Raiko yung minutes ng mga start players na sa rotation. Kasi nga, pretty much set na yung placing nila dito sa quarterfinals natin. Samantala, on the other end, the Waves really have to play with more sense of urgency kasi kailangan nila manalo.
If they lose this one, they will be eliminated. Because regardless, if Ray Miller getting the hoop and the harm, regardless of the result ng laban ng PCU Dasmariñas, as first, let's check out this move by Ray Miller, carving out space inside. And coach, regardless of the result ng laban nitong Dasmariñas Monarchs and CORSA Tars, matalo man itong whoever from those two, tabla sila ng record ng Phuket Waves. Phuket Waves yung malalalag because both of these teams defeated the Phuket Waves in their previous games. Ancheta. Bigay kay Inot, laban kay Gayosa. Inot. Short. Ojuola against Miller and Williams at that. 2 shots para dito kay Eman.
You just see how good Eman Ojula can get in position for rebounds. Again, hindi niya madadaan sa talunan, hindi rin niya dadaan sa height. Pero kung paano siya umikot sa ilalim and getting inside position on these bigger imports ng Phuket Waves.
14 points, 10 rebounds, perfect from the field, making all 6 of his attempts. 2 out of 3 from the free throw line.
So again, just to review, if the Waves win today, and whoever loses sa Dasma and CORSA, that loser will be knocked out.
Yes, exactly.
And Phuket gets to number 4.
Yes. As we stand right now, lahat sila 1 and 2. So if Phuket wins, they will go up 2 and 2. as Ray Miller. We talked about how he needed to be more aggressive, and we're seeing that right now, Coach Mark.
And you like to see itong high-low play wherein Kenny Williams is the passer on that high and then Ray Miller, the force down low. Something na hindi madepensahan na itong Benilde Blazers since the third quarter.
2 shots for Ray. Was the former teammate of Marshall Lassiter for Cal State Fullerton. And like we said, has bounced around in at least 17 different countries. Tony Inot skying high for the layup.
Si Tony Inot, pag nakukuha yung bola, parang naka-R2 agad eh. Diba?
Oo.
R2 tas right stick agad.
Just blazing through the Phuket defense there. Martinez gives it up. Kenyo Williams. Ray Miller gets it to go para dito sa Phuket.
Oh, Ray Miller waking up at the right time dito sa fourth quarter natin. Sayang lang yung mga free throws na kanina. This lead could have been smaller.
Eusebio gives it up to Cometa against Denzel Wong. Wow, Chomel Ancheta floats one up and in.
What a fake by Jomel Ancheta, faking everyone, including me. Natupatingin sa kanto before he shot that floater.
Back to an 8-point lead. Cayosa. In position is Williams. Poked loose by Cometa. Coming from behind, Tony Inot. Oh, outsmarting Ray Miller once again. Tinignan pa, Coach Mark. Tony Inot once again just having Ray Miller's number. The stare down and then the nifty finish. Tony Inot. And taking charge, Benilde up 72-62. Check out this mesmerizing play from Jomel Ancheta. Over the game brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. And Ancheta, Tony Inot with spectacular plays in the last few sequences.
Just goes to show na hindi mo kailangan ng slam dunk to really electrify the crowd. Simple plays like that are enough.
Denzel Wong hounded. Martinez steps back, gets it to go.
That's a rhythm shot there para kay James Martinez coming off a ball screen. Can never go under the ball screen against James Martinez.
6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Sanchez, Cometa offering a pick, receives the pass. Oh, trying to hook it to Justin Sanchez.
The Cometa would have been better served shooting a floater instead of throwing that errant pass to Justin Sanchez.
8-point lead, Phuket Waves. Fighting for their playoff flags here. Martinez against Ancheta. Steps back, gives it to Kenyo Williams. Takes that jumper, line drive, no. Justin Sanchez, full head of steam. Bouncing it off to Ojuola, carving out space inside.
Great footwork by Emon Ojula there, using his pivot and his elbow to really seal out his defender.
Ojuola now with 16 to go along with his 11 boards. Two-man game between Kenyo Williams and Ray Miller. Kino Williams so far, 19 points, 5 rebounds. 3 of 5 at the line. And ito si Kino Williams, Coach Mark. His first stint here in the Philippines, umakyat to ng Abra. Naglaro dun, no?
It's quite a way to introduce yourself to Philippine basketball.
And it's only the first time for him to go into Manila nung bumalik na siya dito playing for the Phuket Waves. And he arrived at 10:30 p.m. the night before yung opening game nila.
Wow. So he's still fighting jet lag.
Oh. Came from China. Tony Inot against Kino Williams this time. Pulls the three. No. Ojuola and Casajeros.
I'm sure that's not the first time Ojula and Casajeros have exchanged sweet nothings to each other.
Apir lang.
Apir lang, laro lang.
Oh. Tapos, may sinabi nga kay Inot. Kahit saan, nandun si Inot eh. Oh.
Kakapit talaga eh.
Of course, Lordy Casajeros, one feisty customer. Matthew Oli pops out. Sanchez, shot clock winding down, drives. Spins, the one-hander still doesn't work. Visibly frustrated.
Coach Raiko just leaving Justin Sanchez out there to really figure it out.
Ray Miller, 10 seconds to work with. Kino Williams inside. Tony Inot with a swipe. Jomel Ancheta! And Ray Miller just a little bit late on that block attempt.
It's a great lead pass by Ojula and Tony Inot with the coverage, understanding na kanyang tapikan sa likod si Kino Williams.
Denzel Wong off to the right. Inot now against Casajeros. Kick out pass to Ancheta. Whips it. Sanchez takes that free. Tony Inot. Oh, against the outstretched arms of Kino Williams.
Kanina si Ray Miller yung biktima niya. Ngayon, naisahan na rin niya si Kino Williams.
3.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Phuket Waves trailing by a dozen. Kino Williams drains that mid-range jumper.
It's a lot of mid-range jumpers for Kino Williams. So medyo umalis na siya sa poste. Again, Ojula over Williams.
Chukuli! Still hasn't missed from the field.
7 foot what?
6'5" going up against a 7-footer. Tony Inot with a rebound. Lost a foul from James. Biggest lead again for the Blazers at 12. Ganyan yung nagiging tema, Coach. Every time Phuket Waves will draw closer, the Benilde Blazers just finding ways to answer back. Eman Ojuola huffing and puffing. Well-deserved rest for the big man.
Well-deserved talaga. He's been trying to outrun itong si Williams just to get possession. Ganun kahirap yung trabaho niya. Bukod sa banggaan, kasama rin sa takbuhan.
Sanchez hands it off. Ordonio knocked down 3 3-pointers in the first half. What a miss there. Phuket Waves trying to catch up. Looks like a dribbling violation call against James Martinez.
James got caught palming the basketball there on that crossover. Sayang kasi nga they had the numbers. Ray Miller was sealing deep against Justin Sanchez in the post, so that could have been a layup for James or a dump pass to Ray Miller.
Ancheta gives it off to Liwag, gets it back. And Ray Miller against Sanchez now. And 5 white jerseys draping all over him. Sanchez thinking 3. Elects to pass it off. Liwag. Kobe Ortonio whips a pass, blocked there by Williams was Justin Sanchez. And now the final 2 minutes brought to you by Grab Kitchen. The free by James, no. Denzel Wong. Siya ngayon ang pupukol. And drains the three-pointer. Big shot coming from Denzel.
Still possible here for the Waves. They just need to get stops. Convert quick para hindi masayang yung oras.
PW for free. And making this a single-digit ball game. Sanchez hooks a pass to Ordonio. Allen, Liwag, no. Big rebound by Wong. Bigay kay Martinez. 1 and 20 remaining. Williams posting up inside against Liwag. Down to 7.
Again, just need to get stops and get quick baskets, just like how they did the early post to Williams.
Pasajeros trying to bother Ian Torres. At si Oli naman ang foul niya doon. Just the 14th foul though.
You don't need to foul for the Waves. You're only down 7 points.
A minute and 3 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Torres gives it up. Allen, Liwag, automatic. Stymieing the tide here as the Benilde Blazers up now by 9 points. Ian Torres, good setup job, drawing the defense of Williams, handing it off to Allen Liwag for that floater. 82-73. We'll be right back. Under a minute remaining here. And Benilde Blazers making that last basket. Siyam na puntos. Kailangan habulin dito ng Phuket. The play of lives at stake here. Martinez hands it off. Williams powering through Liwag.
Liwag can only do so much if Williams gets the ball that deep.
Ian Torres. He will troop to the line for 2 free throws. Ian Torres so far only 2 points. Former ICC Blue Hawk. Also played for the Sanchar Pharmaceuticals and recorded a triple-double in one of those games. Knocking down the first. 2 for 2 at the line. Martinez. Naaagawan siya dito ni Kobe Ordonio. And that could be the ball game. Matthew Oli will dribble out the clock here. And Coach Mark, Phuket had multiple attempts of a comeback, but ultimately coming up short in this one.
You never really felt yung sense of urgency sa kanila. In a few tries na siguro, few times down the floor.
Acrobatic move from Matthew Oli. Denzel Wong makes it and cuts the lead down to 8. But just 8 seconds remaining. That's all she wrote as the Benilde Blazers, they will finish on top of the group and still remain undefeated in this tournament. While the Phuket Waves, unfortunately, their campaign comes into an end with this loss, Coach Mark.
Again, going back to my point, the Waves never really played with a lot of urgency from a team that was facing elimination. And the Benilde Blazers, just the discipline and the wherewithal to stay within their system despite the foul troubles to their bigs. And Eman Ojula was a force inside the paint for the Blazers.
Tama, Coach Mark no? Actually, kung tutusin, itong Benilde Blazers, pinakamalaking kalamangan lang nila was at 12 points. And then may bababa to 7, to 8. Pero
Tapos
ganun
babalik uli sa 12. So that was the theme of the whole game. Just the Blazers looked like their team was ready to play for the championship. And the Waves were, not really in the mindset to get over the hump and understanding their situation na kailangan manalo.
And you never felt that they really threatened here, no? Despite the fact that they've had multiple attempts, multiple times that they've cut the lead. Pero yun nga they weren't able to break that 7-point barrier. And siguro, if they would have cut it down to 5, it could have been a much different ball game here, Coach Mark.
Much different. Nakita natin kanina na pinupuwersa na ni Ray Miller yung laro niya sa loob. Pero that was just for a couple of minutes, and then for some reason they strayed away from that, allowing Benilde to really settle down and make another run to put the game away.
And despite the poor shooting of Justin Sanchez, nanalo dito ang Benilde Blazers. At ngayon, si Kate Reyes kasama ang ating best player of the game.
Evidently, there is nothing too wavy that the CSB can't get through. We have here Eman Ojula. Congratulations, Eman. How hard is it to be the biggest guy on your team, but a much smaller defender to Williams and Miller?
We actually don't focus on the opponent. We just focus on our game plan. So I'll also give credit to the big guy. Like, he gave us a tough time, but at the end of the day, we just follow the instruction of our coach.
You have retained your 4-0 record despite being one of the youngest teams in this tournament. How far is CSB your team from your preferred position?
It all comes down to the hard work we gave in our practice. Like, when people are resting, we are still working hard in our practice. So we just try to stick to the system. We follow the instruction of our coach. Then, thank God we got the W. As long as we continue to follow the instruction, hopefully we'll come out with this result.
Thank you so much, Eman. Is there anyone you want to greet?
I would like to make a shout out to my friends, AJ Oli, then to the imports that is going to play now, Arafat, Eze, then to my friends back home also.
We're excited to see more of you. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mark.
Thank you so much, Kate Reyes. And that was our best player of the ball game, none other than Eman Ojula, who had 15 rebounds. Kenyo Williams led the way in scoring with 25 points, but not enough. James Martinez, again, double figures in assists with 10. Ray Miller with 3 blocks. Kaya lang, itong Benilde Blazers just holding steady down the stretch. And up next, Pilipinas Aguilas kontra PCU Dasmariñas on behalf of Coach Mark Tandan and Kate Reyes, Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat. Stay tuned only here on the 2023 Asiabasket Dasmariñas Championship.